Hello. Welcome to the podcast today. I hope everybody had a great week. It's gonna be an amazing weekend. Yeah, this is Ralph's Law, where justice reigns. All right. I wanted to do this video today. It's very different from what we normally do, because what we actually try to do in this podcast, is actually we do a lot of stuff, but one of the things that we actually try to do is to get good attorneys to be better. We want to get them to the next level, and that's actually why I actually had a lot of people that wanted me to do this video today, because it's kind of like it's a difficult conversation to have, but we need to go there, because it's actually happening. I had some colleagues of mine that said, hey, because you have your podcast, you can actually be able to shed some light on the situation. It's actually something that ABA, the American Bar Association, has actually, is actually very concerned about: substance abuse among attorneys. All right. It's actually among attorneys, law students. It's usually in a lot of professions that has a lot of professions that have a lot of stress. So of course, even going through law school is like that, and the practice of law itself is also like that. So you have some attorneys that have all these issues that they have to deal with, and then they just start self-medicating. The ABA doesn't like that either. So one of the things that we want to do in this show is actually to encourage people to get to the next level. And if you're in a situation where you're prone, or you could actually do something like that, then we can just give you some suggestions and some tips that will actually help you not to suffer in silence. All right, so that's what we do here. Okay, so I actually have some interesting statistics here that I will actually share with you guys. All right, this is based on this is ABA stats. 25% of law students are at risk for alcoholism. 25%. I mean, that's a high number. 17% of law students suffer from depression. I mean, it's crazy, 17%. 37% of law students report mild to severe anxiety. 61% of law students report having suicidal thoughts. I mean, that is crazy. So the reason why this is very important is, just disclaimer, I'm an attorney and a law professor, so I have law students that I work with. I'm not a therapist. I'm not Dr. Phil. I just want to be clear about that. I am not Dr. Phil. All right. So if you want to just, go get yourself a therapist. But it's also just to put the message out there so that people don't suffer in silence. Okay. Don't suffer in silence, and be able to go and talk to a healthcare practitioner, a psychologist, psychotherapist, whoever that can actually give you more professional help to get yourself better. When you get yourself better, you will be in a better position. You'll be better positioned to give your clients what they need, the kind of amazing representation that they need or deserve. Okay? So I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm Uncle Ralph, here for you. All right? I got you. All right. So let's go back to the stats. For lawyers, this is for attorneys now. 25% of lawyers suffer depression. 25%. That's a quarter. 19% have severe anxiety. 11.4% had, they've had suicidal thoughts. So I'm looking at the stats, and I'm like, of course, it makes sense that the ABA will be concerned about this, okay? Because how the attorneys are actually affects the profession, okay? This actually is not just in the practice of law. It actually affects certain other, like there are other professions that have problems in this way too. Professions that have like high level of stress tend to have this. So that's it's not. You'll be surprised. It's not. It's actually very common. But the thing is that some people don't seek the help, and some people don't want to talk about the stuff because of the stigma or whatever that's attached to people talking about this. So I mean, I had some colleagues that were just like saying, hey, put this out there. So I said, hey, let's talk about it. So. Hopefully it helps somebody. We do this show for the people, and that's what we are all about: helping people, we the people, the attorneys, helping good attorneys get better. All right. So now that we've talked about, I've given you guys the stats. I just want to mention some of the solutions. A big part of why people have this issue is actually because of lack of self-care. And that's the thing, like if you're an attorney, maybe you're working in a DA's office, or you're working in, you're trying to make partner in some big law firm, or you have your own practice or whatever. You might actually have all these issues. You might actually have all this stress that that's just in your head. You could be working so many hours, and then you stop doing self-care. Uncle Ralph is here to tell you that self-care is a sine qua non to being an amazing attorney. That's all I'm saying. Sine qua non supposed to be like, sine qua non is like indispensable. It's necessary. You have to do that. Now, self-care derives a whole lot from self-love. Self-love. You gotta love yourself. Oh man. Okay. Wow. I don't even know how to put this. Guys, you have to love yourself like Kanye. Kanye West loves Kanye. Kanye really loves Kanye, you know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself, I mean, even when, you're in a situation where people don't, you don't have people that are actually out there rooting for you, trying to motivate you and inspire you or whatever, you have to love yourself. And I see that sometimes, in some young attorneys, just starting off practicing sometimes. I mean, of course, they get, you can get a bit nervous in the courtroom. This is my recommendation. If you are in the courtroom and things are getting kind of tense, hey, go to the bathroom, go to the restroom, and then give yourself what I call internal motivation. Yeah. Give yourself a pep talk. Don't get so stressed out and then, start thinking about all this self-medication nonsense. It's not necessary, all right? Go to the bathroom. Look in the mirror, and just call yourself the sexy, badass attorney that's ready to go in there, hungry for justice, and that you're gonna handle business. Give yourself some pep talk. Positive pep talk. Give that to yourself. You do that, just do that to yourself. It doesn't matter. Okay. Motivation and inspiration is two types, generally divided into two: external motivation and internal motivation. The one that works the best, the one that the type that works the most is internal motivation, because that's from you, that's from within. That's what I'm saying. So you go in there to the bathroom and you talk to yourself and you call yourself the sexy, good-looking, badass attorney. And then you give yourself all the talks and then you just come out. You just waltz back into the court and then handle business. That's how you get the results for your attorney. I mean, what do you think? You think people like Johnny Cochran and all those people, how do you think they get all the confidence? Internal motivation. And that's what you have to do. So don't get depressed and get all stressed out and then you start thinking about medication and self-medicating yourself and trying to do all this substance abuse. No, I'm telling you, on corral, right here, telling you, you don't need all those, okay? Internal motivation is key, all right? Self-care, which derives from self-love. That's all I'm saying. That's why I wanted to make this video today, okay? So, yeah, I've seen certain situations where some attorneys were actually struggling and, at the end of the day, the clients still had to bring stuff to me and I had to clean the thing up, Of course, I'll always clean it up. That's what I do. Actual legal gladiator. I'll clean that up, straighten the whole situation out, and actually get the client what they deserve or the outcome that they desire. But I'm just trying to give this tips out there for attorneys that practice so that they kind of try to avoid these little pitfalls. Okay, self-care from self-love, no substance abuse, and be ready to give yourself an amazing internal motivation, okay? Always better, always more dependable than the external motivation, all right? All right. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. We are here, we're grinding, all right? This is Ralph's Law, where justice reigns. And I will see you soon. Peace.